Hello. Welcome to my channel. I am Nate, and this is Peach Domino Paper Crafts. And if you'll notice, the desk is new. If you'll also notice, you can see where the old paper was. Because dry erase contact paper is translucent. But I wanted to be able to do that. It comes off better than that, I promise. It's just with my fingers. Give me a second and I'll get you a better. See? It does come off pretty easy with if you have the a wash rag, hand towel, however you want to say it. So hello, welcome to October, and I'm sorry it's been so late making a video. Today is the 6th. And I should have had this written out already. But I didn't. And I can't write and talk at the same time, so I apologize for that. Let me move that over a little bit, actually. Here. That way you can see it a little better. And this way I can give y'all any measurements or whatever on the side of the screen, so that you will have a better idea of how to make whatever I'm making. Today's project is tags for October Oddities. So, what is October Oddities? Well, that is an event hosted by Crafty Dragon Creations and Lottie's Magic Attic. Both of those links will be in the description below. You can find the prompts over on the Crafty Dragon Creations Facebook group, and I believe in her Ko-fi as well. And I believe also in the Lottie's Magic Lottie's Magic Attic albums, there will be a prompt for the day, and then you can put your tags in the comments of that, and you can win prizes. I don't have my sheet with me at the moment that tells me what the prizes are. I printed one out just so I would have one to tell y'all, and here I am without it. But, yeah, so we're going to do, I'm only going to post mine weekly instead of daily because I know myself and I can't guarantee that I will post every day. Y'all can attest to that if you've been here for a minute. So, we are going to do days 1 through 6 today. Okay? So, if you want to follow along, grab you some crafty supplies. Wow, the words don't want to leave my mouth today. There are freebies over on both of those two groups, and you can get, there's just all kinds of things. This is some of the pages for that, and I can't show you the rest of them because the rest of them you'll see. But there's several different, here I can show you this way. There's several different patterns in the thing, and they come with pockets, I believe. You may have to buy the pockets. I'm not sure. There's a kit for sale and a freebie kit, I believe, from both groups. You know what? I may be just completely out of touch at the moment. Actually, I can tell you what the prize is right here. I've got it on my computer. Here we go. Okay. Giveaway. What's happening? Make daily prompts and tags. Prompt tags counting down to Halloween. They're coffin-shaped tags, fussy cuts, and prompts available for free in the Facebook groups. There's a daily page kit and a thimble pack for purchase available in the coffee shops. And there is okay, I think the winner gets a free digital kit. I believe. In order to win the giveaway, you have to create all 31 days. You don't have to do them the day of, I don't believe. You just have to have them all done. Post pictures of your tags on the right thread, which is, you'll go into the albums and you'll find the prompt. Like, I can go ahead and tell you that day number 1, I just really like using these markers because I have them. Day 1 is pumpkin. Obviously, I'm going to tell you all 6 of the first ones because today's the 6th. So you'll find that prompt picture. Do not post your tag as its own picture. Post it in the comments of that prompt or it will not count. And you have to do that on both groups. Oh, no. You have to do that in one group, but posting on both groups gets you an extra entry. And use the hashtag October Oddities collab if you're posting it somewhere else, so that we can find you and you know, give you thumbs up. We want to see your pretty work no matter where you post it. You have to have all your entries in by October 31st at midnight Central Standard Time. If you do not know what your time zone is, just go into Google and type time zone for your city and state. And it'll give you like CST is Central Standard Time, which is also mine. Almost got off the thing there. But it'll tell you Mountain Standard, Eastern, whatever. And once you find what your time zone is, it just beads up and rolls away. That dry erase. Once you find what your time zone is, find out what you do is you go 12 no, sorry, midnight CST to, let's say you're Eastern, you'd go EST, and it'll say midnight CST is 1 a.m. EST, I believe. Don't hold me to those numbers. Please go find it out for yourself or ask individually and I can help you with that information. If you ask in the group, someone will probably help you with that information. I will, if I see it. I'm sure others will be more than happy to help you find that information if necessary. But just get them in as early in the day as possible and then you don't have to worry about it. Right? Right. And I'll, yeah. The drawing's going to be on November 3rd. So let's get started. The first thing we've got is I wanted to show you what I did with these. You can do anything you want to with these. They're yours. But you see how it says day and then... And so each one of those is going to have a different thing. Now, this is why I told you I couldn't show you the inside. These right here, I did not do any kind of collaboration. This is a spider web. This is day 1, which is pumpkin. It has nothing to do with a spider web, right? So these pockets on mine, they don't match the prompt necessarily, okay? But you will see that I've got these like this because when I printed my coffin tags, which, where did I set them? I printed out enough to make 31 days, and this is what they look like once they're cut out, and I went ahead and backed them. Always back your papers because then your scraps can become pretty. But I just did a random paper on the back. This one has lines. I don't remember what it's from. It might be from one of the kits from the October Oddities. Oh, and also stay tuned because at the end I'm going to have some channel updates about last month's stuff and tell you kind of where we're going for this month. So, day 1. is pumpkin. So I'm going to set this off to the side. Well, I'm going to keep this, but we're going to set this off to the side. Okay? And we're going to work with pumpkins. Now, you don't have to make these super elaborate, right? That's just not necessary. I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way because that is also not necessary. Y'all know what we're working on now. You know day number 1 is pumpkin. Ta-da! Now, what do I want to do? Oh, I had an idea and I printed some extra stuff out for it. So let me get that out. I like to use these little bags of all different sizes to keep all my stuff together for a project. So, see, I've got my little pumpkin patch. I just went on Google and found a thing. I'm not selling it. It's personal use. So I just grabbed an image and I'll just cut that out real quick. It is not perfect. You can see. Snip that up if you want. I'm not great at cutting freehand, but here we are. And I just want to do, like, put that there. And I'm not gluing it down yet because I want to make sure I got everything in place, right? I've seen people do all kinds of things with their pumpkins. And I've waited until today to make mine because I've been overthinking it, really. Let's look through and see what we've got in the way of fussy cuts. And yes, these are all kinds. That's more of a jack-o'-lantern. There's a skull and a witch, a spider, a bat, some skeletons, candy corn, a little monster. I got some pumpkins in here somewhere. I know I do. I just gathered a bunch of Halloween stuff. Some of this is from the free kits. Some of this is from other kits that I had laying around, I think. I think I grabbed the other kit stuff. I'm not sure. Must have, because there's some nuts and bolts. I don't know, maybe that's part of the free kits. I can't remember. I'm talking an awful lot today. Sorry. Here's some more pumpkins. Those are cute little pumpkins. Let's see what else we got. I know I've got something else in here. There's gotta be. Well, maybe not. I don't even know what this is supposed to be. A scroll, I guess. There's another pumpkin. And jack-o'-lanterns. A lot of jack-o'-lanterns. I don't consider jack-o'-lantern pumpkin, especially, you know, in a Halloween setting, because to me, they just feel very different. Like, yes, I realize they are both made out of pumpkin. But if I'm carving a pumpkin, I'm turning it into a jack-o'-lantern. And that's just my personal opinion. If you want to put a bunch of jack-o'-lanterns on here and say, hey, pumpkin, I am not an official rule keeper, so I can't tell you whether that's going to work or not. My opinion, if it were my event, yeah, jack-o'-lanterns are made out of pumpkin. So, you know, bear that in mind, I guess, for whatever that's worth, since I am not an official rule keeper here for this event. Let me just rough cut this out. I'll get some ink out and we'll do a little inking. You see, I'm not going for any great accuracy here. And it's not that I don't want these to look cool, because I do. But I don't want to spend an inordinate amount of time on them. When it's just as easy to make them look really good, really simple. So let me show you. hopefully you'll get a little inspiration if you haven't already made your pumpkin. I'll be posting my finished pictures in the groups too, just to give you some more places to find it. Probably a few other places too. I don't know. This is my trash can, y'all. It's an old sour cream container. And when I say sour, I'm talking like industrial sour cream, you know, the giant. And to tell you how long I've been using it, I don't let things go to waste if I can help it. Not anymore. I used to. I used to just throw things away really easily. Never containers. I have always been a container hoarder. I don't know why. Pardon my. Oh, goodness, pardon me. Let's see. Well, let's see what we've already got out in the way of inks before I start pulling more stuff out. Because, remember, we're trying to do this fairly simply. Well, there's an ink pad. I have ground espresso. Of course, I have vintage photo. Apparently, I have a lot of loose ink pads. I don't know why. I have, villainous potion. I'll bet that's where that one goes. I have fired brick, seedless preserve for more of a light pink. I have a spiced marmalade. I always said marmalade, so that's what you're getting today is marmalade. I stuck my tongue out at you, but you can't see it because I'm behind the camera. I'm in a goofy mood. I apologize in advance. Oh, and I have peeled paint. That might look good. Maybe. Anyway, these are the ones that I have pulled out that I am going to use. Grab my, sorry for my arm, thing here. Let's get our little dupes going. And I need to not cover my desk in a bunch of mess on the first day of using it. So we're not going to use ground espresso. I'm going to put it aside. I don't think I'm going to use just the vintage photo either, because I've got this one that's greenish and this one that's purplish. So let's see what I can do with these. I'm just going to stack all these together on the tag to make a little pumpkin patch. Let's start with an orange. Some spiced marmalade. And I'm going to use it on this one that's got this white pumpkin in it, because I don't want to drown out these solid orange ones. And you can see I'm not even being neat about it, because you see all the color in that? I want to put some of that color in this. Not purple, but I want to just see, make it look a little more natural and fluid in there. I have 3 more and I have 4 more colors, so let's set that aside. Let's do seedless preserves. You can see where I've already started getting stuff all over the desk. I have to break out with the alcohol to get that off of there, or something. Whew. Seedless preserve is very preservy, isn't it? It is a different purple than that. I'll probably take this villainous potion and go back over this one, just to kind of doof up the edges, give them a little more depth. But yeah, I've got 6 tags to get through plus channel updates, so I don't want to spend all of my time rethinking my tag options. Well, that came off pretty easy. Nice. Let's do this green. Note to self, don't set these on the desk like that, or else it'll get real dirty real quick. I want to take this green that I've already got and just punch it up a little bit. Let it start seeping in the edges there. This green seems to be very juicy. And because I now have two purples and I'm going to have Rusty Hinge, which is orangish, I'm going to do another one with some green. And I'm not even going to add any more green to it, just going to get those edges real good. Turn the little dauber every so often so I can get some more of that off there. Get some in those little white spots without dulling my orange too much. And he gave the pumpkins a little greenish hue, like, let's see if you can see it better this way. But not too bad. It's not too bad. They're not punched up like these because I put the ink over the top, but it is what it is, and it's okay. We're doing great. Now we'll break out that vintage photo for the pumpkin patch sign. I'll show you that in a minute. I just want to figure out where I'm putting these guys, and then I will do that. This really blends in well with that. If you don't try too hard, like, see the edges. I don't know if I can get it to a little bit of focus there. And then we'll take Rusty Hinge, which I've had issues with because it's so orange. It's not what I was expecting, but I think it'll be perfect for this. And we'll just, because I don't know if y'all have seen Rusty Hinges before, but my Rusty Hinges are not orange. They're more coppery than this. Like, they're not copper, but brass? I don't know. They're not orange. I can tell you that much. I can see where you could find Rusty Hinges and they would have some orange on them, but I don't think it would be predominant. Maybe. I'd have to look that up, I guess. Okay, so let me just grab a wet wipe. And you'll look. I have dogs, so y'all get your baby wipes. I got dogs, and my baby wipes have to be pet friendly because my babies are spoiled. So y'all get your baby wipes. I'm happy with my pet wipes. Plus, they come in really nice scents. This one is cherry vanilla. It's very light. It's not a heavy scent. But they're, you know, they're nice. Yours just come in baby powder. Me. Sorry. I told y'all I'm in a mood today. I'm just ornery today. Alright, so we've got all those. Let's get this stuff out of the way. Oh, that was not the best move I've ever made. Show you what I'm doing here. I have Velcro. And then I store mine upside down because I heard somewhere that that's the best way to do it. I don't know if that's true or not. I need to do a little more research into that. So I am not necessarily advocating for you to store your ink upside down. I am telling you I store my ink upside down. Okay. Let's figure out where I want these guys. Where's my little ones? Here's my little ones. They're going to be on top. So let's do this and this. Put this guy here. You here. Kind of pull everything a little bit to the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and leave that up top. And rather than get my thing out, my daughter, again, I'm just going to give it a quick... See, I'm trying to kind of stay in one direction so it'll look a little more like wood, but I don't know that that's actually happening. Probably looks just dirty, which is fine. It's a pumpkin patch, right? Pumpkin patches aren't exactly clean, you know. Real ones. Like, I've seen them at churches and such, and yeah, they're clean. But farm fresh pumpkin patches, they dirty. Because I don't know if you know this. Some people don't seem to. Pumpkins grow in the dirt. Dirty pumpkins are normal. Normalized dirty pumpkins. No, I'm just kidding. That was weird. Even for me. So, I'm going to get my words out. No, not, because it already says pumpkin on it like 47 times. And by 47, I mean 1. Obviously. Alright, so... we want to... Yeah. I'm going to use this and tack it here instead of putting it on the back of the sign, because I didn't put enough water in this when I thinned it out. Because if I put it on the back of the sign, we won't get it where we want it, and it'll be everywhere. I'm okay with it not being glued down at the bottom. It'll give it kind of a tuck effect. So this one is going to go right about there, so I'm going to kind of keep my finger there. Place that one. My dog's been in here. I say that like my dogs aren't in here all the time. This one, I just noticed I got them in kind of a candy corn shape. This one. This one. And some of these tags are easier for me than others. And I'm guessing it's going to be that way with most people, because we all have things we're good at and things we're less good at. We all need practice in some areas. Okay, and then this one's going to go at the bottom. And ta-da! Day 1 is complete. I am not over-engineering these tags because they still need to fit in these pockets in my book. So, in we go. And there is day 1, pumpkin. Day 2, you ready for the big reveal? Even though most of y'all probably already know what it is because you've been following along, right? Witch's hat. Day 2, witch's hat. Which, I guess, yeah, somehow that worked. Not on purpose. So I've got this pretty black faux velvety impossible to keep clean stuff right here, and we are going to put some witches on it, but I want to strip across here to make it look like if you do it this way it'll be the witch's hat, right? Just agree with me on that one, because I don't even know how that worked. It was right there in my head. So let me look at my straps here. And I will get out a scrap strip. Yep. This is going to be where I want it roughly. I'm just gonna, yeah, right about there. I'll cut it off. Put that back in the scrap bin. And I'll fill in this potion. And yes, I am doing this in the worst possible way, because I want that effect. I don't want it to be a solid color. I want it to... Okay, and I definitely want this here. So, I'm just gonna go here. Put in my glue, and no, I don't have a story for you guys today. I'm focused, laser focused. Okay, we got that on there. So, just go with it. We have turned our tag now into a makeshift witch's hat. Right, which doesn't make any sense this way, and barely makes sense this way, but it is what it is, and it is on there. So, now, to complement that, let me see what I got in the way of circles. That's a lock. That's not working. Rose, raven. Another lock, a moon. I got a moon. I don't want to put a skull there. She might work. She's a witch. And no, we may not burn her. I only want to do one though. So, we'll use her. And you can hear my dogs outside barking. Happens a lot in my videos because my dogs are my babies and they get to do what they want to do. They wanted to go outside, somebody to come outside. I really love this potion bottle. Just, I cannot say enough how much I love that potion bottle. Somewhere that's a word. There's another moon, which is supposed to be over here, I think. I don't know. Somehow I had these sorted and now they've become unsorted. There's another scroll. Some more monsters. Cauldron. Really don't know why I have the nuts. Oh yes I do. That's from the creepy experiment kit. Now I know why there's nuts and bolts over here. Sleepy Hollow. That's not part of any of this either, I don't think. Yeah. I want her. Now I'll take my words, thank you. Legend of Sleepy Hollow, a spider, potion, eerie, moon, witch, witch hat. Oh, it needs a buckle up top, doesn't it? I didn't think about that. Put that right there. This is going to be an upside down tag, I think. I want to make sure everybody knows this is a witch hat. And if they see it and they say, I don't see a witch hat, I can say, look here, random person. Get out of here with that nonsense. We don't do that. What can I use to make a buckle? Take a wide strip. One wider than that. Yeah, that'll do. Just cut a squarish. Squarish. That's its new name now. A squarish. And yes, you're thinking, why are you using a hole punch to cut the middle out of a buckle? I'll tell you why, random person. Because then I can go in like this. Without having to pull out my craft mat and an X-Acto blade. And still make a decent looking inner square, even if it's not perfect. Because this is not a perfect journal. It is a junk journal. I like it like that. Look at that. But that's not what we're going for. So, that's not what we're going to keep. We're just going to pull that out of there. Come on now. And you don't even have to cut the back parts off if you don't want to. You just tuck them in and it'll give it a little bit of a 3D effect. See? Buckle. Just like that. Now I want to color the buckle. See if this will work the way I want it to. Probably not. Definitely not. But I'm doing it anyway. Don't do this at home. Because I don't know if you know what's going to happen here, but I do. You know what this is going to look like when I pick it up. And I'm not talking about the buckle because, yeah, it'll look good. But in the process of getting the buckle to look good, stupid dog hair. I am doing this the absolute worst way possible. I apologize for that. I just wanted to see if it would work. It does, but not well. So, don't do that. Note to all. Don't. It's not worth it. Promise. Just Get the dauber out. It is not worth all that mess. Okay. So, we have our buckle. Still has white spots, and I don't really want to stick my fingers back in there. So, just gonna go through and put glue everywhere, including on these little nibbits that I left on. That's our new technical term for the day, nibbits. Pull them back a little so they stay put. Put the buckle on. And see, gives it a little 3D effect a little bit. Or to that effect. Let me just find my bone folder so I can burnish it down a little more. Yeah. I absolutely could leave this like this, but I feel this is very lackluster. So we are going to add this woman, who happens to be wearing a witch hat, to the bottom. Totally should have made her a pocket. Should I go back and do that? I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go back and make her a pocket. And this is a little wet, but that's okay. I'll help wipe some of that off. Ow. It's still sticky. Here, do this. And get some of that sticky off of there. There we go. A lot less sticky now. So, I'm just going to take and go here. And here. And right up here. Go ahead and do it right there. Make it a little harder for things to get stuck by gluing in a straight line up there. And we're just gonna set that down. Get the burnisher. And ta-da! Now you have a witch hat and a witch hat. That's a little better. I still don't think it's perfect, but right now I'm not sure what else to put on it. I'm going to set it in here and we may come back to that one. I may put a little scrap of fabric to make it, you know, I may not. I don't know. Okay, day 3. What is day 3, you might ask? Broom. Broom. Now, broom was the one that was giving me the most fits while I was brainstorming here. Because, what do you do with that? And, just now figured out exactly what I want to do with that. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Y'all, this is going to... No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not gonna... I was going to say you could see the shape of the broom. You could put a little band across here and then do some cuts across here and make it a broom. But that, I feel like that would defeat the purpose of the tag, right? Am I right? Y'all tell me. So there's our broom. Let me get some more stuff. I want to put something else in there though. I don't want it to just be the broom. So if you have any idea, Like, I want the broom to be the main focus. But things a witch might have around her, you see, I'm getting there. But the main focus is the broom. Yes? Moved a little up to be center focused. Alright then. Moon. Spider. I don't want to have to put a word on it for you to know what it is. So let's put a little decorative items on it. Yes, I understand the fussy cuts are decorative. That's not what I meant. I meant let's juice it up a little bit. What do I got? I got 1, 2. That's different. No, those are the same. I got those. Neither one's feeling right for that, so we'll put those away. Let's see what we got in our labels. Arsenic. Let's save that. Blood bitters. We'll save that. I won't do this either. Maybe. That's a lot. The Spirit Bride. Okay. Use that. The Spirit Bride Starter Pack. And I threw a ladle on the floor. Oh well. Pardon me. And I even got enough sleep. I swear I did. I get on video and I'm just out of it. And we'll tack this down. And we want the cat to peek out. Going to put the Spirit Bride. I'm going to clip it a little closer just to give it some visual appeal, because that square is just not doing it for me. I don't know where this label came from. But I may have to find it again and print it, because I really like it. It's cute. So, Spirit Bride, we'll go at the bottom. And as much as I want to use foam tape and pop the broom up off the page a little bit, I don't know that it'll fit in the pocket still. They are a very tight fit. Maybe it will. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it and we're gonna see. I mean, sorry I keep reaching through you here. But my foam dots are at the back of my desk. And I was not prepared to use them. Because the pockets are very tight, so I didn't think I was actually going to dot anything up. My pokey tool. There it is. I have foam tape. I would much rather be using the foam tape, but I want to get rid of the dots. They're nice, I guess. But I have to use so many of them all the time. And if I don't want to use so many of them and I use the bigger ones, then I'm left with a whole page full of the little ones, and then I end up with this. So, we're getting rid of the foam dots before we start on the foam tape. I hope your weekend went well, and the beginning of your October. And don't forget, if you would like some freebies this month, besides the ones on offer from Crafty Dragon Creations and Lottie's Magic Attic, you can head on over to my Facebook group, Junk Journaling with Peach Domino, which the link will also be down in the description, where I have some freebies, lots of freebies. I have some freebies. I'm going to try to get back to posting freebies weekly. I did say try. Please do not get upset with me. I know a lot of people don't understand. I have a lot of new subscribers and a lot of new Facebook group members. In September, I was putting out freebies weekly, and I was missing my deadlines, but I had those deadlines because I was part of the Fairy Wings challenge. So it was holding me a little more accountable. I have pretty bad ADHD. So sometimes, okay, fine, a lot of times, I end up not posting or not, see, it went in there, or not videoing or whatever. So there will be large gaps sometimes, and I'm trying to rectify that situation. Excuse me, my Xbox wants my attention. I'll reach across you one more time. Okay, so that was day 3? Okay. Day 4 is, I got that one right, like that. Yeah, that was not planned at all. There are some where you just, like how a spider web equals a pumpkin, I'll never know. But we're doing Black Cat. So what can we do for the Black Cat? We have the background, and he's got some derpy eyes on this one, but that's okay. Sometimes you just have derpy eyes if you're a cat. I'm not sure what happened right here. That poor cat. Let's see. I want to put some backgrounds down. I haven't done any real background work here. And I know this because I already have these down, but let's create some spots to put. Those are bats. We don't want to use those. These are all journaling cards, but there's some jack-o'-lanterns. A bloody journaling card, which means something totally different here than it does in the UK. Haha. I know, stupid joke. It's okay. What do I got here? What do I got over here? I haven't used any of this stuff today. Look, I had a perfect little witch right there. Well, let's play with this one and see what we can do for the Black Cat. Well, that's a dragon. Ooh, yes. This needs to be in there. So we'll set that there. We don't need 2 of them. There's another dragon. Another dragon. I have a lot of dragons. Every black cat needs his speech. None of those. A Merry Halloween. But yeah, if you notice that I haven't posted in a minute, you're welcome to poke, prod, yell, whatever it takes. Sometimes I need a little extra motivation from external sources, and sometimes I can remember to get it all done myself. So just bear that in mind. I try not to promise any kind of schedule. I was for a while promising schedules that I never kept, even recently, but I'm trying not to do that anymore. Let's use these tags and get a little focals in the background here, or non-focals, a little static in the background or something, because I can always cut some of these down to size. So yeah, here's my first try at using an eyelet, except I don't have the thing for the back, so my backs just look all wonky, which happens, you know. I'm just throwing things everywhere right now, apparently. You know what I think I'm gonna do is put these off to the side, cut a strip of this, I don't like that, rip it up in weird places and shapes and things to put kind of there. We'll do a little bit of collaging before we put on our centerpiece. Oh, excuse me. Oh, perpetual tired, it seems. As soon as I turn on the camera, poof. One of the dogs is eating, I guess. You can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it on camera. I can hear it. Put this one over here. I don't want to cover up all the black cats on the back though. Oh goodness, we're already in an hour. I tell you what, we'll do the channel updates later, because I'm only on day 4. We're going to hurry this up a little bit. Pick a couple of the labels at random. Let's throw on these 3 little witches. I am so sorry, y'all. I've been going on and on about nothing. Like that. And then we have this one, and this one. Yeah, I'm gonna put him at the bottom. Okay, just like that. And I can go in here. Wow, that's harder to see than I thought it would be. Trim it up. That's all about a black cat. This is day 4. Black cat. day 5, which is not bad. I can promise you that. I know what it is, but skull. And you see how I've already got this one skull on here? First of all, can we just admire this Halloween paper from Michael's last year? So you see how I've got this skull. I have that skull for a reason, and there's a reason I had that tag with the eyelid in it. I forgot about that. Now I just have to figure out where I put it. There it is. Okay. And I still scooted it off to the side, so he's a pocket. And I'm sorry I didn't do this one with you on camera, but you have the skull paper, this wonderful skull, which is actually anatomy model, it looks like, and a skull tag. I like skulls. So I apologize for not having done him on camera. But you have the skull. Now, day 6, the last one we're doing today. So this is the last page you'll get to see in this book for this week. We have blood. No, this is not real blood. This is oil paint. There's a video back that way somewhere where I put a bunch of oil paint just on random papers. And once the oil seeped out, this is what I was left with. Is some of the most realistic looking blood I've ever had in my life, short of being blood. But that's not what I want to do with this. Come on, we gotta do better. It's blood. So first, you know we saved blood bitters. Say that 4 times fast for a reason. We're just gonna squirt some glue on the back here. Whap that down. We are going to take our little blood drop, because I know we want that. And here we go. We have the blood bitters, which, yes, this is going to cover up some of that, but that's okay. Trying to figure out where I want it. Right there, I think. And we're going to squirt this guy on there. Or squirt this guy on there. Wow. I'm telling y'all, my brain and words today are not on the same level. So we'll just put that right about there. And then we'll take this. And I don't know if you realize this, but this is one of my favorite elements to work with. Blood. Not blood itself, but, you know, the concept. This is acrylic paint and water that I have in a spray bottle, which is great when sprayed. That's not what I'm doing today. Trying. It's going everywhere but the tag. There we go. Couldn't let this one go by without, you know, some tender loving care. And before I put this in his pocket, it's going to have to dry. So, that's not going to happen here on camera. And I have got to clean up this paint splatter before it does dry in places I don't want it to. There we go. So, there you are. 6 tags made today, and only a little over that side of an hour. I've lost my pin. So yeah, go check out the Crafty Dragon Creations and Lottie's Magic Attic Facebook groups where you can find out more about the challenge. Check out my Facebook group for more freebies, and check out all of the links in the description where you can find all kinds of great people, great things, and wonderful ideas. So, thank you for joining me today, and I just want to remind you all that if you like the video, I would love it if you'd subscribe, like, maybe share. It really helps out a lot. And I want you to know that I love and appreciate all of you, because without you, we wouldn't be doing this, right? So I hope I've given you a little inspiration for the challenge and maybe convinced you that you should check it out and join us. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.